Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith. I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about why you should choose hardware for your musical setup. This is going to be a two-part series. One episode is going to go over why you should be choosing hardware, give you the many reasons on why hardware is an amazing option for your studio. And then we're going to have a second video, which is going to be about software, the strong points of software, and why you should be choosing software for your studio. Because in reality, they're both very strong. There's both two sides to every tale, as they say. In me, I see both sides of the coin. So in today's video, there should be a lot of software people being like, but don't worry, because in tomorrow's video, all the hardware people will be like, but. So don't worry, each dog will have its day, as they say. Today, we're going to focus on hardware. Before we jump into this topic, I need to thank the viewers and the patrons of this channel. Without your views and their support, I wouldn't have motivation to pump out content pretty much every single day, push my dreams forward, and I can't thank you enough for that motivation. Jumping back to the main topic at hand, hardware has become cheaper and easier to access than ever before. So much has changed within the last 20 years of the electronic music landscape. Back in the day, anything below the $500 price range, you really didn't have much of anything of value down there. Today, you can find tons of brand new, amazing synths, fresh off the shelf, never touched before by anybody else, at an amazing price tag below $500. A whole slew of budget synthesizers, mid-tier synthesizers that actually sound amazing, that have studio value, that can pump out some amazing stuff. This just was not the option, 15, 20 years ago when I was first stepping into the game. And the farther you go back into the synthesizer timeline, even more expensive it got. So as of right now, it is cheaper than ever to get some nice quality hardware into your studio. Another great reason to go hardware is it's a standalone unit that you'll never have to really worry about updates ever pushing you out of the limit of not being able to use software that you bought, programs that you use, but having to worry about software updates that could possibly mess up your workflow. Way less of a hassle on a machine that is dedicated and getting limited dedicated updates. And talking about dedication, then you have dedicated control, which as much as I love MIDI controllers, they are great and they have great functionality. The fact is, when somebody designs a knob specifically for a machine with specific parameters for that individual machine, there's no broad, huge scope of programmable keys that can create exactly what that person wanted that knob to be. It's not going to feel the same ever on a MIDI controller. Another thing that happens in the hardware world that you don't really see in the software world is a connection. It's hard to truly fall in love with a piece of software. Yeah, it's possible to be like, oh man, I love this piece of software, but it's going to be drastically different than somebody who owns a keyboard, actually falls in love with that hardware, sweats with it, touches it. It's just a different interaction, and I don't think you can get as close to software as you can when you truly love a hardware piece. So that human-machine connection is definitely something that you more get in the hardware world. Another big aspect to go hardware for a while has always, people have said the sound is better. You have bigger sound, better sound. Even though that may be the case with some individual cases, I think one thing we have to admit here is software is getting better with sound. And last but not least, for me, jamming with other people, I have found a lot more entertaining and a lot more enthralling and just engaging on hardware. I've had software jam sessions, I've had hardware jam sessions, and jamming with people on hardware, in my opinion, is highly superior. It was a better experience for me, but jamming definitely felt way better on hardware than jamming with somebody on software. That could have been my personal experience. I've only jammed a couple times with people on software, so it could be my experience. Speak out on your experience on that one. In touching in finally, this is just my opinion, my experience. I'm speaking to people who might be entering the world of electronic music, don't really know too much, are kind of like, should I go hardware? Should I go software? I understand there's a lot of viewers out there who probably have more knowledge than even me. Give some of your experience, some of your advice on why you would choose hardware over software. But don't forget that next time around, you software boys will chime in on why you guys should be choosing software, because as there's two sides to every coin, and next time we flip it around to software. And as always, stay positive, stay creative, support each other in peace.